I am a respiratory therapist, and I work for the Children's Colorado Flight Team, and we go with Flight for Life and pick up sick babies. So that's what I do. She scared me quite a bit. So respiratory therapists, we pride ourselves on fixing things, on fixing problems that other health professionals don't necessarily understand. And especially when it comes to putting a patient on a breathing machine, on a ventilator. Nothing we were coming up with was working, and I could not get her settled in on the ventilator. I couldn't get her settled in on that breathing machine, and she is thus far the only patient I have transported that I had to bag by hand, breathe by hand for her. You know, every time I'd put her on the ventilator, on the breathing machine, she would get worse. And we did this 5 or 6 times trying to get her to level out, and I couldn't do it. I could not get her to cooperate with what the ventilator was doing. This whole time my partner, Christy, kept saying, you know, she likes it when you're bagging. You know, she likes it when you're bagging. You know, she likes it when you're... Finally, I listened to my partner and said, yes, she likes it when we're bagging. So I'm gonna have to hand bag her back to Children's. And so that's what we did. I was breathing for her on the drive back to Children's. And this was a day where all the helicopters were out, so we didn't have a helicopter available to fly her back to Children's. So we were driving back I-25, rush hour traffic, and there I was breathing for this baby. And made a deal with her back in that ambulance and said, you know, I'm not gonna quit until you quit. I remember saying that to her, and I'm really thrilled with how she has kept up her end of the deal. She's doing amazing.
She's a tough chick, and I think she's a tough chick because Zach's a tough guy. And I think, you know, maybe when you're that small, you just emulate those around you. And, you know, Zach never gave up, and so I don't think she knows how. I think there's everyday heroes everywhere. And, you know, my family was lucky enough to have one the day we needed one the most. On like the 3rd day of her life, my husband and I, there was an emotion that topped all of that, and it was gratitude. And it was this overwhelming sense of awe in this community we didn't even know we had. You know, in that moment where you feel like you should be on the floor crying because you're so afraid, and you find yourself crying because you're so thankful, that's a moment in life that you just don't forget. She is defying every odd. She crawled at 10 months old, and, you know, there's no, you know, I think parenting is, you know, thinking that you just accomplished something when your kid did, right? Whether it's kicking their first soccer goal or being valedictorian, you, in those moments, you feel like you just accomplished it. And you know, and then you do the same when they fail. And, you know, she defied the odds so many times already that, you know, I don't even know what to say. But she's proving everyone wrong right now. She has no cords. She's crawling. You know, our biggest desire for her is that she's independent, because, you know, a mom's biggest fear is that they need you forever, because then what happens if you're gone? She's got a lot of obstacles to go, and they told us to have realistic goals for Addie, because, you know, with a child with medical needs, it's important not to set yourself up for failure, but for success. And so first goal was to crawl by 1, nailed it. Hopefully walk by 2 with a walker or braces, who cares at that point. And then hopefully eat on our own by 5. And, you know, we'll have a huge party every time we do something big like that. But yeah, I think my husband and I, our greatest hope for her is that she can be happy, 1, and then 2, that she can be okay on her own. You know, no one wants to relive a a day where you almost lose a child and that you say goodbye to a child because they told you she wasn't going to make it. And so to find out that Zach never thought he was going to lose her, it helps me sleep. So we invited the world, our world, to this birthday party. And they came, and it's the same people that showed up the day she was born. Of course we invited him. Why wouldn't Zach be here? Of course he's going to be here. He's family now. He'll be family forever. He'll be invited to every Addie birthday party from here until she's 35. Yes, Wonder Woman. Zach is our superhero, and Addie is Wonder Woman, and we are superheroes together, and we're conquering the world.